Hello all, namaste, welcome to my channel. I think it's a very long time that I did my last video about chapter 2nd Sankhya Yoga from Shlokas 21 to 30. In this video, we'll continue from Shloka 31 to 40. That is Sankhya Yoga. The meaning of Sankhya Yoga, chapter 2nd Bhagavad Gita, is that the knowledge and understanding and explanation. Okay. From 31st verse onwards, Lord Krishna advises Arjuna that we can only become great by our work. And he advises Arjuna that there is no other sacred duty than performing his Kshatriya duty, that is Swadharma. There is also the Varnashrama Dharma too. So, okay, you should not be hesitant to do your duty. Otherwise, if you do not do your duty, hell will welcome you and you will not get any honor, or the doors of heaven are not open to you. Okay, so Kshatriya means one who protects others from danger and also accepts challenges uh, to fight for the sake of dharma. And Arjuna is very lucky. I mean, Pandavas the whole on the whole are very lucky because they have got the opportunity to save dharma, because for the sake of dharma sometimes violence and war are also very essential. Okay, so only then he can attain moksha. When he does his kshatriya duty, heaven will welcome you. It is not that he is killing his enemies in the Kurukshetra war. It is not a sin. If he does not fight in this moment and if he runs away from the battlefield, he will prove that he will a coward. He will be a coward, and the future generation will remember him that. To save his life, Arjuna ran away from the battlefield. So that will bring a very bad name, and it is stronger than death actually. So Krishna, in all the ways, from his consciousness, fills Arjuna with the duty boundedness. Okay, so in order to attain glory in heaven, you must fight. If you do not fight, then you will go to hell. So let us do this body, let us fill this body as karma kshetra, that is karma bandhana, not the senses. Actually, we do actions, people do actions for the fulfillment of their senses. Okay, so nothing to worry. You should not think of joys, sorrows, or profit and loss. Arjuna just have to fight now. That is what he is full of. As a result of Krishna consciousness, he is acting in the Kurukshetra, and not because of his cowardness. Okay, whatever he has earned as a great warrior till this day, that is Kurukshetra, the beginning day, he will lose all those things if he turns his back in Kurukshetra war. So he wants to prove that he is an extraordinary war, and bad name is stronger than death, because people will condemn Arjuna's actions even after death, because he ran away from the battlefield and before this war began. So it is better to, the best thing to do at this moment is the need of the hour is to fight and die in Kurukshetra. There is no problem, because if you win, you will rule the kingdom. Okay, and if you lose, you will go to heaven, because he will get a glorious death and he will be honored in heaven. So slaying the enemy parties would not put us in any clutches of sin, because in this time, at this time, there is no necessity, there is no need of advocating any love, but violence is necessary to save dharma. That's what Krishna is telling. In Shloka 38, Sri Krishna says that Sukha Dukhe Same Krutva Labha Labho Jaya 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 Jayo Tato Yuddhaya Yujjasva Naivam Papama Vapsasi. Okay, so in this, a duty bound Kshatriya always is treated respectfully in this society. The courage and the valor is actually tested by the time. What is the highest aim of man's life? The highest aim of man's life, maybe many people think that to become emperor on this earth, and rule. No, it's not. The highest aim in life is to unite with God and carry out all our actions with God's advice. That's what Arjuna is getting the chance now. Average people do not are not impressed by Gita because they are always indulged in the fulfillment of their senses. They say that what self denial that also brings misery. Let's enjoy this life. So they eat, drink, and sleep and engage in bad habits because the worldly man reasons according to his habits and not by truth. Actually, it takes decisions according to the habits. For example, sometimes they justify also. For example, drinking alcohol, eating non-veg, and drinking alcohol, even also drinking coffee, tea are not good for health. But we justify because we are in that habit, and it is and bad habits die hard. Krishna tells that their Atatayana means the enemies of Arjuna have already destroyed his happiness and have already given so much of physical, mental, and spiritual suffering to Arjuna. They deserve extinction now. Krishna does not say to Arjuna that to blind his eyes or deafen his ears or paralyze his senses, but he asks Arjuna to forsake the attachments of the senses. And because in these attachments, sensual attachments, our soul is imprisoned in this body, and there is a lot of temptation. So, in order to substitute these actions, we have to cultivate the habit of good actions and calmness in meditation and exercise self-control. Should we go to Himalayas and pray in search of spirituality? No, it's not possible. A good yogi is one who actually, being in this world, he controls his senses, and he attains permanent happiness from this impermanent body. At last, he says that what is dharma? Dharma is a natural law. For example, a seed. What is the dharma of the seed? The dharma of the seed is to fruit, flower, and become a plant or a tree. Okay, that produce a seed should produce a plant. So the dharma is a natural law that is governing this universe. So in the given circumstances, we must have that natural righteousness to save man from suffering and leads the man to salvation. That is dharma. So the age-old religious duties of the family should uphold religion, and otherwise it will be annihilated. Kulakshaye pranashyante kuladharma sanatanaha dharme